felt warm.
Good, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were really pretty. Great adjustment.
Yeah, just gotta first practice.
Yeah, it's a little slow across the center line. This was 12.9.
I don't mind
Me
first.
too.
Personal favorite is mine.
I do like first practice.
I'm okay with either though. It's nice to know what you have to be.
This powder
Yeah.
is really
We got
nice.
to hammer every game.
Besides the Peterson game.
I thought we got hammered. No.
But every other game, yes.
Right.
Are you ready for it now?
9.7.
I'll put it on my water bottle. Thank you.
I'm gonna use the rest of it right back.
Okay. Like so nice. Just barely. That's okay.
Yeah, I had 14 too. I was like,
You guys got it, and I was like, that's all the same as my last one, but I didn't listen.
The time was like 0.1 lighter than all the rest of yours.
I
So
was making sure, we were making
yeah.
sure to look. I've
Yeah.
never gone that time. That's why I'm like,
well, you were
10-3.
throwing literally the same short your last three, and then that one was 0.1 lighter.
it was
14.
So we did need to go. It was just really close.
It also looked like it was grabbing. I was like, "Moo!"
Yeah.
But
it
it
was
was
really good.
perfect.
Oops. That's okay. We had two good ones there. It's gonna be hard for them to beat that. Yep. Let's keep making them on the pin. Take out two of our bad ones. $13.9 on this.
So hungry.
Peterson?
Hey, oh my god, look who it is. Hey.
Oh my gosh!
I'm so excited. You too, yay! I almost said good luck, but I
Shows
want
Peterson.
to win.
What?
I said I almost said good luck, but I want Peterson to win.
Oh. Got him.
Yeah, we need more.
We need some more upsets.
Yeah, which is good. Actually,
Huge.
Yeah.
if there's a clear winner, then it makes all the other ones really close.
That's true.
10.3.
Otherwise, it's going to have to be 2 losses to get in.
Oh,
Versus if you have one undefeated, they're at the other end.
Stress.
That's why actually it helps us as results.
Either way.
we just gotta win ours.
Not that it
Focus
matters.
on
Let's
it.
just
Yeah.
do what we can.
Whoa. Sorry. Good luck.
We used to roll at the rink. We used to roll at the rink.
Either there's something
like
on
that
that
one.
rocker that
Chocolate
handle's
lunch.
loose.
We used to say everything.
10.4. Either there's something on that rocker the handle's
Yeah,
loose.
this
It
morning
sounded
it's like
funny.
this.
Yeah, I threw it too.
Okay, weird.
Sarah, you got some ginger eyebrows.
Thanks. What am I supposed to do about it?
Huh?
I said, what am I supposed to do about it?
Dye them blonde.
Nope.
Maybe
Or
don't.
they get white. Haven't I told you? Yeah.
Don't have eyebrows.
It's fine. It's wild how much the sun changes my hair.
My hair's white in the summer.
Me too.
It's not white to begin with.
Really?
Does the front of your hair get like white? It's like see-through. It's so white.
Like, I think it's this color.
Yeah, mine too. It's awesome. And my eyebrows too. How are your eyebrows dark?
I don't know.
My mom's a ginge. I can't help it.
Mine used to do that. Mine no longer does that.
I'm just glad I get tan. Like I get dark.
I don't get that dark. Before it gets really dark.
Yeah. Seeing pictures. Wait, who's what?
USA Curling National Championships have come to East Rutherford, New Jersey, in the shadow of the Manhattan skyline at the American Dream Mall in the Rink at American Dream. They played professional women's hockey here, and now we have the Curling National Championships. And we are set for draw 4 in the women's side, and our match today will feature Miranda Scheel, the World Junior representatives for the United States, against Rachel Workin. Miranda Scheel 1-2 through their first 3 games. Workin 0-3, so looking to pick up their first win here. Along with 2018 gold medal winner Tyler George, I'm Joe Tollison, and kind of a make or break here for Rachel Workin today.
Yeah, Rachel's behind the 8 ball at 0-4. Really need to, or 0-3, excuse me, need to get one to avoid 0-4.
And there you can see Miranda Scheel out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Sarah Olson, Jordan Hine, Tessa Thurlow is the team that will go up against Rachel Workin. And we'll see if these players who compete in the World Junior B pool can pull off another win here at the National Championships against Rachel Workin, Ann Podol, Anya Normando, and Christina Lammers. As we take a look, the other games going on here in draw 4, Delaney Strauss and Tabitha Peterson. That's the big one over on sheet A. Christine McMakin, Elizabeth Cousins on sheet B, and Sarah Anderson against Kim Rime on sheet D. I have a feeling you're going to kind of keep that right eye over on sheet A over there.
I think any curling fan would, whether or not nepotism was involved or not. But both these teams in desperate need of a win. Miranda Scheel's team actually hung with Tab Peterson for about 5-6 ends before Tab pulled away. Actually had a chance late, maybe to get a 2 or 3. And big freeze by Tab, I believe, got them out of trouble. But Scheel, this is a team with potential. This is a team that when they play their game can play with anybody in this field, and obviously prove that by sticking with our reigning national champions, the Olympic team. Rachel Workin's side, we've seen them at a bunch of national championships. They've been touring, getting a whole bunch of games in, and hoping to get off the schneid. Really need a victory. 0-4 with a 7-game round robin. You're going to need some help probably, even if you win out, to get in. So 1-3, not impossible. And for Scheel's side, if you can get to 2-2, then 3 games to go. If you get a 2-1 finish, pretty good chance at getting into the top 4.
Miranda Scheel, they opened up with a 12-10 win over Christine McMakin. And then setbacks against the 2 top teams in this national championship, Delaney Strauss and Tabitha Peterson.
I think this is probably one for both teams that they looked at on their schedule and said, if we have a chance at getting into the playoffs and contending for this title, it's a game we need to win. For Miranda Scheel especially, they're in range of that playoff run. Yeah, I think when we looked at the field ahead of the week, your 3 teams that you expect to be in the top 4 would be Peterson, Strauss, and Anderson. Elizabeth Cousins has kind of separated herself from the rest of the pack in that 4th spot. 2-0 in the tough loss earlier today to Delaney Strauss, battling back, stealing 2 in the 10th to get to an extra end before Delaney closed things out in the extra. So Cousins has made their mark. They're a contender, no question. And Miranda Scheel, if they want a chance at that spot, same for Rachel Workin now at 0-3. This is a game they need to win.
Line's pretty good here. Got room.
So Christina Lammers with that first stone. Now Tessa Thurlow for Miranda Scheel.
Got a curl here. Got a
My good friend Mike Moore, coaching Team Scheel, has worked really hard with this squad. He's so proud of the progress that they've made. And it's fun watching these young teams play in the women's or the men's national field, because it's kind of a bonus for them. Whatever they do at this point, it's not their end goal. You know, the junior worlds, the Bs, the As, that's what they're aiming for. But getting better each year and seeing how their finishes improve in each national event, what they're able to learn, how they're able to improve. Mike Moore will be great with that squad for taking this tournament, not just to try to get as many W's as possible, but use it as a teaching experience for moving forward in the women's game.
And just the experience of playing against some of the top teams in the country, and in the case now of Delaney Strauss and Tabitha Peterson, some of the top teams in the world. Second shot buries behind that stone at the top of the 8.
9-5. Close. 9-8. Close. Yep. 9-8. Yep. Hard. 10. Hard. Hard. Gotta go hard.
Sorry, I'm
Really down. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Just a soft weight
Hard out. Hard out. Gotta go.
in-turn pass, rolls over to the opposite side of the sheet. Tessa Thurlow clears one stone, sticks around, so fairly wide open, one corner guard in play.
And now first stone for Anya Normando.
Queen. Close. Yep.
Anya, another good young player. Really like the way she throws the stone. Good, compact, level delivery, not a lot of moving parts, very simple. That's the way you want to throw the stone. That one came out real clean, nicely done. I think she's a player to keep an eye on, too, going into the future. Just the talent is there. You know, she's an up-and-comer, long ways. A lot of career left for her. And sometimes you just, you know, we all have, deliveries or players that jump out the way they throw it. I've always liked the way she throws a stone.
Now Jordan Hine for Team Scheel. Their third stone.
9-8. Oh!
First rock that could peel any guards.
Yep. Yep.
And with hammer for Team Scheel, playing a little conservative to start. I like that for them. Playing the long hit and roll.
Good.
Gets under cover. That's a really nice shot.
Nice throw.
Buried under the corner guard. Great call there by Miranda Scheel, playing the long roll, not just the short one in front of the
That's a good for it.
rock on the button, which I think was the original call. So it's a mark of a skip who's got a good feel for the conditions early, able to make that call, and that's a perfect roll for Scheel.
A little slower here. Oh.
Normando playing the out-turn freeze. Needs to get up a lot.
It's going to over-curl.
Just leave it.
It does not curl enough and ends
A
up
little straighter there, so they're running a little
in the
bit.
back of the house. So a little opportunity for Scheel maybe to move things around, hit and roll to the opposite side, keep things flat. No double opportunity. This is on the nose, then there will be a double.
9. Close. Close. Yep. Hard.
Or 9 out of hand. Maybe a little more weight than they wanted.
Hard curl. Hard curl. Hard to
Trying to get this to stick around.
My bad. Good shot. Good job.
Doubles. Will it bite on the opposite side? Just hangs on. That's good. Now trying to tell which biter is closer,
Try it again.
red or yellow. Don't tell me we're getting another measure already eventually. Another freeze attempt here from Lammers. Oh, sorry, we're on third stones already. This end's moving.
6. 5. Yep, then. Yep, line.
Apologies to
Hard
Ann
line.
Podall.
Hard. Yep, hard. 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 Yep. Roll center. Roll center. Yep, hard.
This one over curls and wrecks the guard, so a little opportunity here for Scheel.
You think similar to my DSC? That like 75, 80? Okay. I'll give you 80, 85 then.
Another out-turn draw. Duluth's own Sarah Olson. Can't sneak a Duluthian by me. We're going to get that in every time. Mike and Jana, I'm sure, watching somewhere. Don't see them in the mall. Proud parents.
Can't touch. Can't touch. Gotta sit.
Plenty of weight here on this one.
13-4. Where?
Should catch some paint for sure. Just a matter of where it ends up. Want to make sure they take the inside away so there's no double. That's not a problem. It's a good read by the sweepers.
What do you have? You like back line?
Throwing back line weight here with this out turn for Podol.
Push only. Hack. Push.
They'd like to get inside for a little roll if they can. Don't know if it's going to get there.
Hard. Yep, all the way to it. Hard. Gotta be nose. Yep,
Oh,
hard.
back line weight. Pushes the rock to the back eights, but the inside is there if they want to roll in a little bit.
11. I think we're trying to get
I
to
kind of
the
like
inside.
10-5.
Okay. Try and get to the inside here.
10-5 the call, so that's about control weight. A little more than backboard. Not a ton of margin for error to get the roll playing 10-5. Wouldn't mind seeing a little less. Can get to inside though. That one looks like it's lots of weight out of hand. This is in danger of jamming into the red stones. Oh, that's near impossible. Oh, and the shooter ends up sticking on the opposite side too.
Corner frozen there. Yeah.
That doesn't even look like it's wide enough for a rock to get through.
I like it.
And if Miranda Scheel was calling for that, then that's a tip of the cap.
Well, once in a while, it's nice to be lucky.
Man alive, I can't believe that went between those.
13-8. Yeah. Right in that pocket. Corner frozen on the left one would be great.
So early break there for team
Run for a bit and then dive.
Scheel. See if they can take advantage, but opportunity for Rachel Workin to make an out-turn draw around these guards, and does have backing.
Little soft, yep, early. Lot of room. Curl. Straight. Yep.
Line's getting better now. They need to take the inside away and get shot.
Keep going. Hard.
It is shot rock. That's a good shot.
Okay, really nice.
Plays right into the jam.
She's got a third. I don't think we can ever get at it. I don't think we need to. That was pretty tough.
You guys like corner?
Yeah, you have a third.
We'd have to hit here. I don't think we can ever get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just corner.
They're going to play the corner freeze, so they're hoping that maybe on their last they can tap,
I like just freezing though.
setting up an
Right,
angle
inside.
to push that yellow rock back and maybe have the rock that they're freezing with now and their shooter on their last count for two.
I don't even remember.
That'll all depend on
Is this a
what
little
Rachel
more
Workin
than I
does
have?
with her last stone as well.
Should run pretty good.
Curl it there. Like a 14?
Love the. Yeah.
So first stone for Skip Miranda Scheel.
Air light on
See
the
how
release.
well she's
Straight side.
Figured out the ice early on in this one. She needs to freeze to that shot stone.
Really looks like it needs to go to get there for a freeze. If you can get it on the paint, it'd be good. You can use that stone either for a raise or another counter. If this draw doesn't get to paint, I'm assuming that Workin is going to draw to get a second counter in somewhere.
I'd say light's okay.
Getting that on the paint is big because there may be an opportunity to play an angle run on that red corner guard
Should jam, right?
for 4 or 5.
We either have
So
to
very
go in
important for
back
Workin to get this in a spot for second count so that a run back wouldn't be for more than 1 point and maybe
I like the
force
guard over back
Scheel
here.
into drawing for 1.
I agree.
Just gonna have full 4 to draw too, but
Yeah.
it's fine, right?
Boy, they're talking about guarding this rock in the top of the 12-foot. They guard that, and I would think Miranda Scheel might take a run at that angle run for 5. And this is why the
You guys like the guard?
best guard is always another rock in the house.
You like the draw? I think it's mildly risky if we set up a double.
So Workin's worried about setting up a double coming into the house. I'd be much more worried about leaving the shot for 5
Starting the red, half
with
touch
that
inside,
guard,
probably.
which is automatic by throwing the guard here, that they will have that shot at the least, whether they play it or not.
Full soft.
Three's okay. Line's okay. Hair tight. Yep. Where?
Curl.
Curl.
Yep, curl.
Whoa. Whoa.
So will be a guard.
Yep. Yep.
I can guarantee you Coach Mike Moore is pleading that they play the run, and there's the immediate signal for it. I absolutely like this shot. Yeah, this is a absolute green light. Play the run. If you don't make it, you give up 1 point. You talk risk reward so much in curling.
You like
What do
5
we
to
gain?
1?
Yeah. Well, play the draw, you make it. Okay, you got your 1. That's not a game changer in the least bit. And this is only against 1 point. First end of the game, you have a chance to throw one for a 6-point swing against the point. I mean, this is an automatic shot.
and-
Love this call.
And first in, where if you give up the 1, you still hold hammer.
Yeah, you'll have the hammer in the second. Giving up 1 in the first end is almost no impact on the game. So this is a good call by Miranda. Like the confidence to throw it.
9 at it.
Make contact. You probably get at least 4. You stick it for 5.
So put 5 up. It's a whole different story.
5 changes a game pretty drastically.
So last rock here for Miranda Scheel in the first end, and we're going to get a lesson in risk reward right here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
A good throw out of hand. This is very close.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, she's got it. Great shot. What a run by Miranda.
Nice shot, Miranda.
Rewarded for the guts to throw the shot. Love that from the young team.
So impressive first end from the junior champions and Miranda Scheel as they take a big lead on Rachel Workin 5-0 with the second end coming up.
Twin Cities Orthopedics is ready to go with more doctors, specialty services, and convenient urgent care locations. Ready, set, TCO.
Five in the first for Miranda Scheel, and a big lead against Rachel Workin as Team Scheel try to get to 2-2 in this tournament. And Rachel Workin, they're still looking for their first win, and they now have an uphill climb. Along with Tyler George, Joe Tollison. And up by 5. Why not a rock into the 4?
Yep, keeping things simple now. The farther you get ahead early in the game, the more conservative you play the rest of the way out. After that wonderful in-turn run-in for 5 for Scheel. You see them try to keep things as clean as they can. Doesn't mean you're playing all-out defense the rest of the game. You have 9 ends to play. But if the decision is between drawing and hitting the rest of the way, usually you're going to be playing the hit.
Well, and we've seen that. I mean, we saw it with Dunham last night against Corey Dropkin.
I think Miranda's league teammate, Mike Poplinski, awfully happy about that call and that result. Shout out to Pep if he's watching today too. Miranda, I hope Miranda's throwing last rocks on that squad. I'm getting a nod from Matt Wall. Yes, she indeed is. So smart man, Pep. Always have the most talented player. Throwing the brick.
Center guard here, but not quite on the line. And I bring up Dunham and Dropkin from last night because Scott Dunham went up 4-0 and maybe got a little too defensive. And like you said, there's 9 ends left. You can chip away, and all of a sudden you find yourself, hey, all of a sudden we're back in a game.
Well, part of that, too, is he's playing against a very talented team in Corey Dropkin. And most of the time when you're playing in a game that's within a point or two tied up, then you're not overextending too much. You're trying to score when you can, take a steal when you can, but you're not taking big risks. Dropkin in that situation down 4 is playing a more risky game than they would otherwise. So you see more steals and more points rallying, more twos when you're absolutely all out trying to score. So for Dunham, yeah, you're playing defensive, but you can't get over the top defensive with that many ends left because your opponent is playing that aggressive.
Now Jordan Hine, her first of the second end.
Line's okay, hair tight here. 5, straight side. 4, 5, 5, straight side. 5, straight side. 5. Yep, always straight. Yep.
Really like to get this down to that stone at least for a freeze.
Close as you can, close as you can. Rachel.
All right, a good sweep to get it there. Rock's starting to pile up a little bit, though. Looks like Workin is electing to hit and roll outside, and this is one of those spots now where if you're down by 5 points, maybe you're thinking about tapping that stone as opposed to hitting, leaving something in the back that could be used for a freeze or a jam rock later. Playing the hit here is kind of playing more for 2.
Hard for the roll. Gotta roll away. Gotta roll away. Yep, all the way. All the way. Yep. Crap.
Yeah.
That does not get out. And as we found last end, that stone lurking around the edges and come into play. And that was the 5th stone for Scheel in the first end.
Yeah, those biters can haunt, that's for sure.
9-5. Yep. 9-8. Yep. Hard. Close. Yep.
Jordan Hine again here. Hit that away. And roll. Will that stay?
I just got off the sweep there for some reason. Let that over curl. Really needed to stay on that one, but accomplishes the main purpose, killing the stone.
Maybe. We're not exactly in the 4-foot though. So I don't mind throwing one in the 4-foot. Yeah.
On you, Normando.
Touch straight. Yep. Oh.
Yep, early.
Line only.
All right, wait only.
Wait only.
Wait only.
Trying to bury this out turn draw around a pile of stones in the center. Coasting a little bit. Still not a bad shot if it stops for second, but goes all the way through. Maybe a chance to play the either the run or the peel.
Or do you want to just get our red?
Wait, we don't have hammer. Why are we peeling a center? Oh, facts.
I kind of like just the red. That's not doing much.
You may have heard the question, we
Yeah.
don't have hammer, why are we peeling the center? Well, normally that would be a good question, but because you're up by 5 and because you want to open up the number 1 counter, that would be the reason now. So correct call by Scheel to move this guard. It really wouldn't be a terrible thing to take a go at the run back just because it's your stone that you're running back. It's almost impossible to leave the guard up there and not get the yellow one out if you make the run. But opening that rock up is the correct call.
Now Ann Padol. The guard gone. Working. They know they need points, but they don't need them all at once.
Where?
Back four.
Trying to throw the
Coming
out-turn
down,
draw
straight,
through the hole.
straight. You gotta roll off.
Whoa.
It's going to make contact with this
Little roll under.
top stone.
I think we're still throwing peel. This one's going to roll under, but this one's gone.
Yeah, I like that.
So going to clear that back yellow for sure. No matter where the top one goes, don't know that there's much separation, so might stick around in the 12-foot, but if that's the case, if you think that rock's sticking around, then you want your shooter to stick too to out-count it.
Whoa. Curl. Curl.
Get out of there.
Oh, plenty of separation. That goes out easy.
8-1.
Nice shot by Sarah Olson.
And with 3 remaining, nothing in the house right now for Rachel Workin, and they're down by 5.
Full control.
Still do have a corner guard. That's what they need to use to try to find at least a 2 if they can. Start that road back from the deficit. Podol playing soft weight, out turn, hit and roll.
Yep.
Crossing now.
Hard. Yep, hard. Hard. No roll. Sit.
Does roll, but rolls open. At least to the side where the red stones could be catchers in the back, though.
I don't like trying to get so far to the inside. I'd rather just peel it. Yeah. Even if we
This
catch
is
it
though
back.
Miranda Scheel playing conservatively with this shot, and I think that's the right way to go. Just peel this rock out. You could try to get inside, hit and roll in, a more aggressive shot, but kind of playing a line they don't know very well. You have to get fairly close to the guard to make it. The only way you give up a 3
Peeling it inside.
is by either jamming there or
I like this.
hanging out wide and flashing. If you peel the guards, probably safe for 2 still, but yeah, just take the ice out of play for a line you may not know much about. Peel that rock out, play the scoreboard. Smart call.
Double.
And first stone for Miranda Scheel here on the second end.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Ooh. Little plan B there.
Good, Miranda. Yep.
So well called by Team Shield to make sure that they got that rock somehow. Hit the other Yellowstone first, but picking the weight up made the difference there and does get the stone out of play.
And here is Rachel Workin.
Oh,
Close. Yep, line. Wait on me. Yep, line.
hard straight. Hard straight.
Trying to get it to go straight. It is curling some.
Yep, yep,
And
yep.
just going to slide it by the
Yeah,
guard.
good line. Really good shot here. Doesn't quite bury. Rock kind of stopped at the end. Looked like it was going to carry a little farther.
A third?
Yeah, a third.
But there are stones to jam on over there, so you're going to have to catch this probably with third of a rock somewhere in there to shoot it through that hole on the side if you're playing the hit.
Underneath it.
Stick one on it.
9-5.
What do you
we
think?
can hit here. Either that or we're
That's
probably
true.
coming around. Okay. I don't mind this. Pro sides, just get it here. Try and get shot out of it.
I think
Yeah.
we're going all the way around.
I'd rather be up if we can. I still like that 14.
I think we're going to need a bit more. I would say even 10, 15. Hers have been, we just need to keep a broom down the whole time. Probably like 14. Yeah.
We're going to draw around it.
So Miranda Scheel back down at the
Just let us know if we're light, we'll keep it out.
You like that 14?
hack for her final stone of the second end.
I think this is probably max ice.
Just trying to pick this rock out. Nope, I've changed up, move the broom. Just throwing the draw instead.
Straight side. Really started that.
I'm going to try to get around that stone on the top of the 8 foot.
Yep, hard.
Needs to go for weight.
You got it hard.
Line's close if they can get there.
Hard all the way.
I might have got shot rock. I think they did.
Yep.
I think it's huh?
Quick look there.
Still probably a nose hit or close to it for Workin for 2.
We should, yeah, I just gotta get to the inside.
Shooter should easily outcount the other 3
I'm
reds.
trying to think what Ann's did here. Or is it yours? It's control. She's pretty through it.
Yeah.
Kinda
I like
fair.
it.
Not one you need to overthrow.
Board weight just this side of nose. Trying to think of how yours track. This might be nice. Okay.
Last rock in this second end for Rachel Workin. Needs to come up with something to cut into this 5-point deficit.
That curling hard early.
Yeah, looks nervous.
Shooter's trying to hold it. Wrecks the guard.
And that may be a steal. They're going to have a little discussion.
Yeah, that is 1 red, so it is a
Yep.
steal for
Oof.
Scheel.
So after 5 in the first, 1 in the second, 6-0 for Miranda Scheel against Rachel Workin. Steve's Curling Supplies, America's #1 curling equipment supplier for over 50 years, is proud to support USA Curling. No matter your skill level or budget, Steve's has all the top products from the most popular brands in the sport. Right now, you can save $10 on any purchase of $100 or more when you use the code USA Curling 10 at checkout. So visit stevescurling.com for all your curling needs. Back in American Dream, heading to the third end in our matches for our feature match here. Miranda Scheel, 5 in the first, 1 in the second, leading 6-0. And Tessa Thurlow with her first stone of this third end. Delaney Strauss put up 3 in the second after giving up a single to Tabitha Peterson, so that one's 3-1.
Oh man, split the tee.
Rhyme leading Anderson 2-1.
I thought it was corner.
And Cousins in front of McMakin 2-1. And as you said, Elizabeth Cousins has kind of been a bit of the surprise early on here.
A team with talent that you wait for it to come together the right way. And I think she's the clear-cut favorite from that group below the 3 teams we assume would be in playoff contention to work her way into that field as well. Maybe not just as the 4th seed, maybe higher than that.
Sure.
The way they're playing could be 3-0 at this point. You know, 1 extra end loss.
All the way over. Nice suitcase.
Another one.
And the corner guard, Miranda Scheel, said just put another one in.
Yeah, this is curling 101 now for Scheel. You're just throwing stones in the house. Kill as many ends as you can. Peel guards. And these are the ends, Joe, now where your mentality about what's acceptable is different than a close game. Your acceptable outcome here, even this early in the game, still is a 2 for Workin. You have Hammer in a 4-point lead playing the 4th if that happens. Now, obviously, you're trying to prevent 2. Your main objective is preventing points for your opponent. But accept the 2 if you get in a situation where it could be more. If it's a 3 or 4 and say, okay, we're in a little bit of trouble, how do we hold them to 2?
Right.
Then that's your main objective.
Force would be great, but give it up 2 isn't the end of the world.
Not the end of the world, no. And I think that's kind of how they played the last end, too, is they had a few conservative calls, but it was always around, okay, 2 is our worst case scenario if we play this shot. And that's the right way to play it. I'm impressed with Miranda's shot calling, game managing so far.
And Christina Lammers, her second. They're going to try and bury it behind that guard, and it's just going to carry.
Pretty much
Take it
buries it.
behind.
Not
Yep.
a bad shot.
Do you have
Like
any?
small tap's fine. I like just do it.
And we've seen it in every draw of teams seemingly just not quite really figuring out the ice at times. And that's how Miranda Scheel took advantage of a mistake in the second end to pick up the steal of 1.
I think the throw was the only issue with Rachel Workin's last there. I thought the broom was fine for the weight that she was playing. It just, they called sweep right away. It was just tight out of hand. A little bit of a miscue there.
You told me yesterday it's not always about making the shot, it's about the ones you miss.
Yeah, where is your miss? When does it happen? How bad was it?
9-5. Okay.
And now here's another situation where what's your objective for the end? Now, Workin's playing the hit here, but what are you accomplishing playing the hit? You know, you're looking at 3 and you think, well, we need to remove some of their stones, but you really don't. You have 6 shots left in this end. You can tap those around and give yourself more opportunities to score more points. This type of play is playing to score 2. That's not enough right now. If you end up with 2, that's fine, but you need to play to have an opportunity for more than that. And playing the hit there is a good thing for Scheel. And for Scheel here, too, I think the one in the house is probably the better play. They say they're 1-2. They want to get rid of the guard. And peeling is fine at some point, but you have a wide open hit on the rock in the house right now. You can peel that at any point if you get a rollout. So maybe a little too conservative playing the peel at this point. I can see Coach Moore writing in his book as we speak.
And they do go for the peel, and
That rolls to a center guard.
Center.
Not great either.
Control.
Anya Normando.
Yep.
Her
Yep.
second
Hold
stone.
Clean. Yep. Clean.
Yeah.
Clean. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Makes the open hit. Still
Okay.
4 rocks
It's
left in
really
the
thin.
end
I don't
for
mind if
Scheel.
we just come here. I think we try it.
Yeah.
9.
9.
So now your objective is kill yellow stones. That's it. As many as you can, whenever you can. I think they're only playing a 9 because they're thinking maybe they could play the roll if it overcurls. But sometimes the either or shots have an in-between spot. So you got to be careful not to play for one or the other and then get neither.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
Just rolling.
Whoa, whoa.
Which is pretty much like that. Right in between the 2 shots they're playing.
What do you like here?
And for Rachel Workin here.
I'd love to see her play a little tap on that stone. Just move it out of the forefoot, but use it as backing.
Right.
Even a freeze is a good
You like
shot.
just tapping it back a bit?
Yeah, either or is good.
But you want the tap, ideally the tap to kind
Yeah,
of sit
that to
too?
run.
I think you probably want to move it enough to sit second count, but
Yeah.
Not
the
the
freeze is still really good in this situation.
Yeah,
If she
I'm
throws
gonna run.
anything more than back 12 weight, then it's too much. Whatever shot they play.
Okay.
back line.
And, beg your pardon, and Podol.
Yep, early.
Yep, early. Back line.
Okay. Yep.
Yep, early.
Clean.
Clean.
Well,
It's like
clean.
maybe
Push.
through the house weight, a little more than that. Needs to curl.
That is board weights.
Yeah, and ends up being hack. Just too much weight. Right idea.
I don't mind here.
I love that.
Or we're just coming down to it.
Now play your scoreboard,
We
Miranda.
won.
That rock is wide open.
Okay.
This leaves them something to draw to, but I don't mind making them draw. Just a small roll.
Like 10-5?
I like a 10-5.
Or we just play like a heavy draw and just bump it. Okay, 10-5.
Killing this stone is the main objective. You're not looking at more than a 2 right now with the way the rocks are set up. You're sitting 3 by playing this hit. And if you're sitting 3 ahead by 6 going the 3rd, 2nd stone, then you're in pretty good shape.
Close. Yep. Hard.
Little tight out of hand, trying to hold it early.
Hard. You
Sweeper
got it.
holding it though.
Hard.
And
Really
for
hard.
Sarah Olson,
Hard.
Really good sweep behind there to hold
that's
that.
it.
10-3.
And they're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, good scrub. That was definitely tight out of hand.
Now,
Again,
what do you mean when you say tight out of hand?
Didn't quite get out to the broom, so
Okay.
the throw was on a tighter line than what they intended. It does leave a wall of stones back
Come in
there
the
to
pocket.
use,
Tap
but
spread.
Workin's going to try to use those as much as she can.
Five, six.
And Ann Podol.
6. All your entity. 6, 5. Needs to be a 7. Yep, line.
Podol
Yep,
playing
line.
the
Line. Line only. Line.
draw right back
Gotta
to the
go.
pile, looks like.
Yep, hard line. Hard line right to it.
In
Right to
turn.
it. Right to it. Right to it.
Really nice.
Nicely done. That rock's not going anywhere. pretty much forced into playing the freeze for Scheel.
So I had 13, 4:15, yeah.
Just top
For a second I was like, what? I just have a 13-2 on hers, unless I botched it,
But that free should accomplish the objective. You said about limit them to 2.
If it's made, yeah, that it's going to be tough to get to based on where the rocks are. So
I still like that 14 to 2.
yeah.
you're trying to remove yellow stones when you can, but there really isn't a hit that can help you right now. So essentially making the freeze is like making a double, because neither one of those rocks will score based on where all the rest of the rocks are positioned.
Didn't give it too much. 6.
And Miranda Scheel's first here.
5. Curl side. Curl side. Line's good. Line's good. Got room. 6.
Gotta
Inside.
be a little careful here. Got to curl a bunch.
7.
Might have bruised it with the sweep.
Sorry,
Swept it
Miranda,
right
my bad.
by.
You like just sticking another one in there?
Yeah.
Was thrown perfectly, just overswept. Ends up going by that yellow stone. So now Workin play that same draw. If she can come right down to her own yellow, brings 3 into play.
Alrighty. Still have another guy in there. Like a 13-3. 15-4. On top of ours, directly on top. Center line's great. You got a nice little pocket in there. Just need a cover pin. Yep.
The stone here for Rachel Workin. He heard her say there's a little pocket in there.
Where?
Don't need to move anything right now. They just want to sit right on their own yellow.
Rum. Line's fine.
Line's
Where's the weight?
very good here.
Hard, straight. Hard. Hard, gotta be here.
Got to get it there
Hard,
now.
keep going. Okay.
Yeah, nice shot. Sitting 2.
Yeah.
There is a spot they can draw to maybe sit second count,
No, because
maybe
the
even
last
shot
one was light.
on top of their own red.
I also
It'd be
don't
very
think it's
difficult to be
straight.
removed
That's
too.
not terrible. I'd like to be.
I mean, well, no, because you switched
Because
to
here-
on that one.
Here they still don't have it. Right down to it. Gonna give a little more.
But did you
I'll
go
curl it
straight
too.
like pretty much the whole way? We didn't really.
You're
curl
just
it.
looking for a nose freeze on your own red stone.
Well, I think she goes that same way, and we just won't.
You can
curl
get a hair on the inside of it even better.
Gonna freeze right to ours. Yeah. Gonna throw like 2 feet less in your before that's also okay. Okay.
Your
Really
same weight
watch
should be
it.
great. We won't oversleep it for you.
Should still have room to curl here. Okay.
So here is Miranda Scheel, her last rock of the third. And trying to put it in a position to keep Rachel Workin from countering their 5 in the first with kind of a big number of their own.
8. Hard
Looks
bait.
like the weight's all there right now. That's turning plenty. Got to go now.
We're just
Needs
to
to curl.
Be a foot.
Will it get there? Will it get there? It does.
Good.
Almost. Didn't quite
We're
curl
still on
enough.
2.
Yeah, I think
You could just get to the inside and bump it
there's
back.
still
That yellow's
sitting
definitely
2,
still
yeah,
2. Yeah.
Workin still 2.
Touching it really, right?
Yeah.
And even if we kind of kiss our 7, that's fine?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay. So last time we were here, right?
Yeah.
A little bit more? Too much?
So does Rachel Workin
Yeah.
here basically try and do what Miranda Scheel was trying to do?
Pretty close to the same shot. As long as she gets the nose of that red stone, it's 3.
Okay. Just draw another one in there. You said?
So you can make it with a clean draw. You give yourself a little margin for error playing heavy draw, maybe a back 4 type of weight out of hand. It's all line at that point. Once it gets to the nose of the red, you're good.
Last rock from Rachel Workin here in the third end, and an opportunity to potentially cut this 6-0 deficit in half.
It's got a little more weight than previous one, but it is curling. A little softer handle than what Miranda Scheel had. Trying to get to nose. I think it's good enough. It's close. Looks like yellow.
Yeah, I think that's 3 yellow.
Right? Yeah. Good. Nice sweep.
And indeed, 3 yellow. So after giving up 5 in the first, Rachel Workin gets 3 back. Had the 1 from Miranda Scheel in the second, and we are at 6-3 after 3 ends, and the game is afoot. And Warm Room Hero is the intuitive curling club software that takes the stress out of schedules, registrations, and more. Warm Room Hero, a platform built for curlers by curlers. So check out Warm Room Hero at curling.club today. Warm Room Hero at curling.club. Back at American Dream, this is draw 4 of the Women's National Curling Championships. And Rachel Workin picking up 3 in the third to cut Miranda Scheel's deficit in half in our feature match here, 6-3. A measurement over with Peterson and Strauss, and Tabitha Peterson ends up picking up 3 in the third to go up 4-3.
Over on sheet D, we have Kim Rime now up 3-1 on Sarah Anderson early. Looking to get a W there.
And Cousins leading McMakin 3-1 as they go into the fourth end. And here, first stone for Miranda Scheel after that center guard put up by Christina Lammers for Rachel Workin's team.
And that's not where you want to be under that one. That's a second guard. Not on the center line, but stacking guards is not the ideal situation with a 3-point lead and hammer. Just coming up short on the come-around draw.
Yep, line's great. Needs to move soon.
Normando and Podol
Go ahead and push.
trying to carry this rock behind both guards.
Yep, right here. Fully bury, yep, all the way. I'd rather show on the other
Now
side.
both trying to turn that rock over.
Yep.
Nice sweep by the ladies.
And so tactically, is this why you don't want to leave that red stone where it is?
Yeah, it's a second guard, so it's going to take 2 peels to open up that line. And a high guard, anything in the house essentially past the 12-foot, you can still hit because of the distance between those two. So you've given them an opportunity to bury in a spot where you can't get to the stone, and it's going to take a couple to dig it out.
So Tessa Thurlow left her first stone there behind the guard.
And this one's all over the guard. It's just a matter of where it's going to hit it, if it's going to go out. Looks like that's going to get to the boards. So that rock will go back where it was.
There we go, free guard zone, so that comes back. And that second stone gets removed.
Looks about right.
Anya Normando.
Tracking a bit.
There's a
Looks
bit of
good,
an
though.
opportunity here
Okay.
in the fourth end for Rachel Workin's team without the hammer.
We'll leave it.
They're just trying to throw a center guard up. This is
You sit.
carrying a little bit. Might give an opportunity for a double.
You like the peel?
I think you got to go for those two in the house.
And I think you're playing the ones in the house first here.
Right.
The two guards aren't on the center line, so they're not really dangerous.
If we do this, we leave 2 guards.
It's important to note where those guards are, though. If those are on the center, absolutely you're peeling no matter what. The one that's on the center is the one in the house. You have a good chance to dig both those out.
I don't love it. These aren't even on the center line. Like, we're not worried about that.
So talking about maybe playing the slash in on the high guard and trying to get the one on the top of the 12-foot, too.
I wasn't sure if it was that or it was Jordan Hine was trying to say, I get normally we're told peel away guards, but she seems to be more in your
Well,
camp.
I'm saying what Miranda was saying.
Right.
Jordan's saying playing the one in the house.
If we throw the double and we roll here, I think they're still coming
So,
around.
yeah.
I'm thinking we play it this way. Like, we can play this, we just really got to stick around.
That's what I think that's the call. Oh. Why did we decide on the field?
So they will play the high guard and try to make contact with the one on the top of the 12s, too.
But you don't like this.
I don't hate it. I just don't know that that guard is as dangerous as they
I know,
think
but I'm just thinking, okay.
because of where they're lined up. It's a huge difference between being a foot and a half off the center line and being on the center line when it comes to these guards. You're always going to have the button and most of the forefoot still, no matter what.
6, close, yep. Whoa.
So here's Jordan Hine.
Yep, oh. Whoa, 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 whoa.
They
There's
got a
the
little
peel.
conservative with the sweep call, making sure that they rolled off. It's not a bad call. It just maybe a little better to play the one on the center in the top of the 12s. That may end up hurting you as much as the guard does, because now they're going to guard the center.
Right.
So you're going to have to play your own guard back if you want to play a run. But the center guard they're about to throw and the rock in the top 12-foot that's already in there are both essentially center guards. So you elected to peel off a semi-center, semi-corner
Okay, over and off.
at a low percentage chance of getting the other rock in the top of the 12-foot and allowing your opponent to throw essentially a second center.
Okay, nice weight.
That's pretty good stone by Anya Normando. Just off the center line, but
Or do you like this way again?
And now I think you want to play the yellow, 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 because that's pretty much a center guard. It's a shorter run. You could get all three if you make it. It's a much higher percentage chance of getting the other stone because of how close it is.
right.
And there's not much danger of leaving one up there that's going to hurt you, because you have to hit this considerably thinner than you would have the other run.
7.
So I like this shot now.
Whoa.
Jordan Hine starts it.
Yeah, just floated a little bit. So missed opportunity there.
Another one.
Now a chance to get a better one up there for Workin. They're looking at just a mid-center now. They like to guard the one on the top of the 12-foot. And these types of ends, Joe, each of the shots that Team Scheel is playing are not easy shots. They're not automatic.
Go for up.
But you're going to get probably 2, 3, maybe 4 cracks at making it. You got to make one of them at some point.
Yep, all the way to center. Yep. Yep, hard. Yep, 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 yep. Okay.
That one under curls, so now probably a good chance to hit that rock in the top of the 12s, even though you're not getting the shot rock.
How much of this do you have? Almost all. Okay. I don't mind nosing this.
You can play that too.
Think then they're drawing.
The reason I like the center yellow one is,
Play the runner, you just go for the one on the center line.
yeah, you take that position from them. If she's worried about them playing the draw after, then you want that position on the center line with that stone. So playing this red back, yeah, they probably are going to draw afterwards. But instead of it being your red stone on that center line that you could use, it's their yellow.
Close. Yep.
You really don't want to over curl here. You had two options on the outside of the stone to make the run.
Good sweeps.
Oh, really good scrub there.
Joe,
So they do
stay
make
on
the
here.
short run. So either be a tap or a come around draw for Workin.
And Podol.
6, 7,
And looking to wrap this out turn draw around the outside.
Running. Push only. Push. Curl. Curl all the way. Gotta get it to center line. Center line. Weight doesn't matter. Gotta go.
Trying
Yep,
to get it
hard
to
for line.
turn.
Gotta push. Gotta push. Hard. Push.
That's not
Yep.
done.
Yep. Okay.
Does get the shot rock. Looks like you buried a piece of it at least too. It's not a bad result. And actually, with where it ended up, if that carries another foot, then it's a pretty straightforward double. Instead, it's kind of thin, so maybe a little fortunate with it stopping where it did.
Kept you down here so you can help me make the decision. I think we peel because then they either guard this
Okay,
end
I may be talking crazy here.
and we have to peel again, or they guard
But he
this
just
end.
knows this high guard straight back into the other two.
No, you're
Okay.
leaving a guard up there then. You could probably jam on your own red. There's not a lot of good that can happen with that shot.
I like this turn.
So I'm talking crazy.
Yeah, it looks like she's peeling, like straight peel instead of running it.
Whoa, the back one. Yep.
Yeah, they were playing the peel. Now they're playing the center one. Oh, and it just ticks off. Worst case scenario. Opens up their own red, which opens up that path at least. But yeah, just flared it early when they were just playing the straight peel and then changed the plan B too late.
Yeah. I
Tick the
actually like
guard.
taking up that path.
just nose, right?
Yeah.
I really like that.
Control. This should be the curly side, right?
Yeah.
Might track for a little bit, but I think we'll move.
Okay.
Little full. Sorry. That was bad.
Just nose hit. Control.
And they're nosing because they want to sit 3, but oh, I'd be awfully tempted to tap that center yellow.
Good to it.
Already sitting 1. You're going to let Scheel bomb away and kill as many as they can. Wide open.
Rachel Workin's first of this fourth end.
This is definitely on the tight side, but could end up rolling in if they can get by the yellow.
Nice sweep.
Oh, they might all go. That might have ended up in the worst spot for Workin. Maybe just 4/5 high, somewhere in there.
I'm not thinking it's, I thought it was going to go in.
We know 2 of them are going.
When you say 4/5, for that person who isn't familiar.
Yeah, trying to hit 4/5 of the stone. So nose would be 5/5,
Right.
100%. So just
just
off
off to the
nose,
left.
and the high side meaning the side where you're putting the broom.
Right.
So they're putting it on the left side from our vantage point. That's the high side. So crossing the stone would be the low side. So just hit this 5/5 high, 4/5. And see, now you got me saying the 5/5 thing. That's not even a thing. 4/5 high,
Have a draw path on my last sentence.
and I think all 3 go.
Want to nose this center one.
This would be a little pinball shot with that first one going off the side of the first one into the side of the second one. It might even be a hair thinner than 4/5.
Maybe just smash it.
Oh, you're throwing big weight, yeah. You want them all to go.
Whoa. Girl.
Man, needs to get up. Really wide out of hand here. Got a little fortunate to get those two out with where she threw it. Way on the Y side there, but two go out.
Like here. No, I like
Barry.
yeah, at least enough to where they can't.
Yeah,
try
Barry
and
to the button here.
Right.
Yeah, it's either a tap or come around. They're going to play the draw around that rock.
Do you have enough space?
Yeah, only pro side is if we come up late, we're taking away more of the drop half
That's
this
true.
way. But I don't mind this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's come here.
Okay.
I like playing this turn because Scheel doesn't quite have all of that stone, I don't think. It's almost edge to edge, maybe a little less behind the guard. So if you show him a quarter of your stone with the shooter here behind the rock in the top of the house, I'm not sure if the double's there. And if it is, it's really tight to the guard, so you got to be careful not to wreck playing the double. Whereas if you go around on the outturn side, wide around the guard, then there's a pretty good chance that the double would be safer because the rocks would be staggered the right way where you don't have to get that close to the guard. So even if you show them a third or a half here, it's not that bad at all.
What are you thinking, like a 13-7?
This last rock from Rachel Workin.
Where?
Trying to see if they can set up a steal here.
Really wide path here. They need this to turn over to bury any of it. It looks like plenty of weight, too. You need to go back as far as you can. See if you can bury even a piece, but that's going to be wide open, so a little bit of a breather for Miranda Scheel. Doesn't need to get close to that rock in the top of the 8-foot to make the takeout.
Yeah. Going for nose here, we're going to err on the outside. It'll curl a bit. This should be good ice. Even if we roll out, that's okay. Just got to make sure we hit it.
So what's the play here?
Just hit and stick. Nothing complicated, just nice soft hit. Don't need to overthrow it. Don't need to get close to the rock in the top 8s.
Last rock in the 4th.
Whoa. Curl.
Right out of hand.
Curl.
Whoa.
Curl.
That should be okay. Curling nice right up to the just off nose. Little panic from both ends there, but ends up just fine. Takes the single. The important thing, scoring in that situation.
So scoring for Scheel, 7-3. And we have the 5th end coming up next.
Years when we came to front.
And then you're lefty, you should be on the left side. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Couldn't get back.
Back in American Dream. We're 1 point for Miranda Scheel in the 4th. A 4-point advantage as we head here into the 5th end. And Rachel Workin with the hammer. And that first stone goes right to the top of the 4. Elsewhere, a single for Delaney Strauss in the 4th and level with Tab Peterson at 4-4. Christine McMakin 3 in the 4th to go up on Elizabeth Cousins 4-3. And Sarah Anderson getting back in to her match as they put up 3 in the 4th
All for distance.
and lead Kim Rhyme 4-3.
Every game out there has had at least a 3-point end scored in it now, with none past the 5th. 4 ends being played.
So high corner guard
Line's really good.
from Rachel Workin.
Top 4, toughy. All you guys. Top 4, toughy. Yep, we can go now. Yep, hard.
Scheel just trying to throw another one to the top of the house now.
Harden.
Good sweep to get it at least to a tight center. That's not a bad spot. Even with the 4-point lead, there's a big difference between coming up short, going around a guard and stacking guards, and coming up short for the only guard when it's only 2 inches out of the rings, guarding a rock in the top of the 4-foot. They would have liked to have that in the rings, but really, you know, it's only the 5th. We're not real late in the game yet. That's not a bad spot at all.
Second stone for Christina Lammers.
Just trying to get this to a tight corner and stack 2 corners on that side.
Yep. Okay, there's good.
Pretty good shot.
Okay.
Or you just come around.
Get this one in too. I really don't like this guard. Either that or we're
That's the
pulling it.
first one that really hasn't hurt you that much, though, Miranda. That one's not bad.
I think we're playing a bit of weight at it, like 11.
Yeah, this is a matter of mapping the end out and see what are they going to do with that rock there. They're going to have to move both of those stones probably. At the very least, they have to move the one in the house. So now you're the one that moves it, and you're giving them the opportunity to use the corner guards.
What? And giving an opportunity to use their stone to maybe get points instead of having to peel.
Gotta go.
Yeah, it's one less rock that they have to waste on moving these stones around.
Hard, you got it. Hard.
It's got a lot of weight, too.
Get the roll, hard, get the roll, hard roll.
So now you've pushed your own guard to the back of the house. That could be a jam rock later. You've rolled your shooter over to a guard that's off the center, and you opened up your number 1 counter. So you've given them 3 things that help your opponent in one shot when you had good position before that. And I commend Miranda for thinking scoreboard and saying we don't like the guard, but that wasn't a damaging guard. That was a guard that helped you. Now it's green light, go ahead for Rachel Workin.
Anya Normandeau.
Yep.
Hard. Yep, all the way for a roll here. Yep, gotta go. Yep, hard on the roll. Go. Yep, all the way.
Hit and roll goes right between the guards, so still a hole to go through to hit it.
But a guard that wouldn't be there, albeit that stone likely wouldn't.
And the rock that wouldn't have been open. Both, yeah. Would like to see maybe a draw from Workin there, too. That rock's going to be there later to hit whenever you want.
Or you want to throw 9? Okay.
Jordan Hines second. just ticks that guard, but
opens it up, clears 2 of the guards, but rolls to a corner on the other side. Now you can see how this is mapping out. Workin can draw under that stone, and now that rock that's in the back of the 12s is the catcher, the jam stone, for anything that doesn't completely bury that Scheel would be chasing.
Touch tight.
Like to be a fly on the wall for the 5th end break conversation.
All the way
After
for the line.
that decision.
Yep, you got it. Hard. Hard for the line. We need it.
this is
Yep, hard.
Ronnie Normando's
Gotta
second.
go. Yep, you almost got it. Yep, yep, yep. Whatever you got, whatever you got. Yep, 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 yep. Roll in, roll in. Okay.
Comes up a little short, so a break for Scheel. He'll hit the open one.
I don't love nosing it. I think it's okay though. Let's go just a small roll in.
I like that.
9?
Sure. Yeah.
Yep, yep, hard.
Sarah Olson's first here in the 5th end.
Yep, yes, yep, yep.
Trying to roll this away from the corner a little bit. Not bad.
8-5.
Originally, we're talking nose, and it was, I think Sarah Olson said, I don't like nosing it.
Yeah, you don't want to leave it close enough to the corner that it's just a short roll. The longer the roll, the more difficult it is, the more precise it is. So they got a little bit of a roll away from it. The guard's really high on that side, too. So anything that goes behind it, unless it overburies, it's not too difficult to dig it out.
Close. Clean. Clean. Push. Yep,
Another
push. Hard. Yep, yep, yep.
hit and
yep,
roll
yep,
here.
Yep, 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 yep. Okay.
Or nose.
10
Nose
Wanted it
once
to
again.
roll.
Still like a small roll. Okay, nose is okay. I like that roll though. 9 again.
So 8-5 was my last one. Okay.
Close. 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 Whoa, curl, 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 curl. Hard
Trying to
curl.
get this to turn over enough to stick. That's
8-6.
pretty good. The more dangerous guards are the 2 stacked over on the other side. So that's why they wanted to get that rock to curl more. They don't want to roll towards those corners. You'd much rather be chasing a stone behind one high corner than 2 tighter ones that are kind of staggered a little bit.
Close. Clean. Close.
And put all with the 6th stone to the end for
Hard. Hurry.
Rachel Workin.
Ah, she snapped on it.
Ends up getting 2 nose.
Great weight. Nice throw. It just snapped.
A little more curl on that side again.
I don't love that. That's okay.
Scheel's deciding if this is high enough that they can play the hit and roll under the corners and not leave a freeze. I think I'd be tempted just to roll a foot or 2 away again and not go close to those.
I don't mind that. I think we have to roll. I don't think we can nose here. 9-5.
I think Lita's fine.
Maybe. Yeah. 9-5. The side's a little straighter.
I think they are
Not much,
playing the
though.
roll.
Are we playing 9-5? Did you see?
Could bring 2 back into play with this.
I think we have to roll under here. Even if we just roll a little bit and we're not under, that's
So they roll the opposite way about 1.5 feet just to the edge of the side of the 4-foot. And Workin can't draw around those corners and get shot. If they want to get 2, they're going to have to move your stone at some point. You roll under, now Workin's going to play to a freeze on this regardless.
Whoa, got a curl. Got a curl.
This is a mile on the outside right now. Really needs to curl.
Curl piece.
I think it's still going to get the yellow. It does roll out, so now open opportunity to draw around those 2 for Workin.
Yep.
Saving grace for Scheel here is if Workin buries this completely, they can play their own red back for a run. As long as you don't tick the yellow, push it in the rings. But anytime before that shot, you wouldn't play it. Because then you might be giving them a chance to go under again if you don't make it. But on your last one, obviously, it makes no difference.
If not a little tight. Okay. Like a 13-7 here? 13-8?
But they don't have what would have been a shot in the 4 had they tried to roll out the other side.
Well, if they roll away a little bit and stay in the 4-foot, then that Workin may or may not draw under the corners. They might try to hit and roll again, but would be a really difficult roll.
Easy.
Line's pretty close here. Now curling pretty hard.
Whoa. Close for push. On its own.
It's going to be behind the tee line, so we'll see Miranda Scheel follow that.
Give them room to curl it here. I'm going to throw it a little lighter than last time.
And on the roll to the 4, I was referring to what you wanted to do last time.
Yeah, just roll away a little bit as opposed to, but rolling under the corners, which they're trying to. But rolling out, obviously, is your worst case there.
You think that like 410?
So you heard Miranda Scheel say, let's give them room to make this curl.
I like that 13-8.
You don't need to bury completely on this shot for it to be a good result. As long as your shot rock, if you bury even a third of this stone, it plays dead into a jam on the yellow that's behind the tee line. So if you bury it to a freeze, that's fine, but you only need to bury a piece of it as long as your shot, and it should play dead back into that jam. So playing conservative on the line is a good thing as long as you bury a little. Just need to get a piece behind.
Got room, got room.
I like the line here. I don't think you need to worry about making it curl. It's curling plenty. Just got to be there.
Hard.
Really got to go for weight.
Hard, Barry.
Just short. I'm not sure if they ever could have gotten it there, but switching to make it curl really wasn't necessary with the line they were on. Just needed to sweep to carry the stone and make sure you're shot first. So instead it's a draw to the full 8s for 2 for Workin.
Maybe a little less on this one.
But really this whole end goes back to they tried to split that center guard. Workin was able to attack right from the next shot to try to score as opposed to needing 2 shots to deal with the center guard and the rock that was in the top of the 4-foot.
So last rock for Rachel Workin here in the 5th. And a chance to close
Really good. Gotta curl some.
a 6-0 deficit to 2.
Well,
Right to
gotta
tee.
be full 8. Full 8 foot.
That's off the corner
Right to
guard, so
tee.
it's fine now.
13-8, hard.
Way it looks good.
You're good.
Should be right to the button.
Really nice. 2. Yep.
Well done.
And from down 6-0 after 2, it is now 7-5 at the end of 5. Scheel still in front of Workin, but still some excitement to come here in this match. But it's time for the mid-game break, brought to you by Broom Fitters, where you'll find a full selection of curling broom shoes and equipment, along with unique curling apparel, gifts, and more. Visit broomfitters.com for good curling gear.
Yeah. We're in.
Well, just from what I've tried to learn from you this week was
I was going to ask, how's your memory here?
Just center's good.
Sixth end
All right. That's fine.
after the mop. John Landsteiner, it's always faster after the break.
Let's throw 10-5. Make it nice.
So a break there for Scheel, too, makes the decision very easy to hit this rock immediately.
But back to that fifth end, it was just a situation. I know you brought it up, but that's what stuck with me. Of you've done the peeling job for your opponent.
Essentially, yeah, you've opened up the rock they can't get to. You're thinking scoreboard, and I understand that from Miranda's perspective is we're up 4, we don't want guards, but a guard that's 2 inches out of the rings, guarding a rock in the top of the 4-foot is not a conventional guard that your opponent can use. There wasn't anywhere they could draw to use that stone. So you've done, as you said, their work for them, moving that rock away.
Second zone here, and I know she said she didn't like that guard, but my other thought too was, do you take yours and tap that guard into the rings? And I'm going on your other adage I've learned of maybe your best guard is another rock in the 4.
Yeah, you don't need more rocks in
right
at that point in the end. That's an adage for the last couple shots. Early in the end, yeah, that's not a concern. I mean, were they trying to throw their first 2 in the house? Yes. Is that the correct call? Yes. But a tight guard is your next best shot, especially when your opponent has to play to it at some point.
And right now, just 1 in the house and then a hit.
12-7.
Yeah, now this one, again, faster after the break. And that center line track will be the fastest on the sheet. And that goes through as well. But if it's one team or the other that's happy with this start, it's definitely Miranda Scheel. Now they can peel this end out. And this is the 5th stone of the end, so wherever this stone is thrown by Anya Normando, I would expect Scheel to either be peeling or hitting and sticking if it's in the house. Guard obviously would be the peel. If she didn't like her own guard 2 inches out of the house, then I doubt she's going to like this one.
Nice throw.
I think we're rolling to a corner. If we roll that, that's okay.
I don't even know that I'd care about that. I think I'm just running this end out. Yeah, she's thinking we're playing even end, but you're up 2. You don't need to play even end, odd end right now. Up 2 with, you're just killing the end. So she's playing only 9-5, trying to roll to a corner. I don't like playing that because it's a finesse shot, and if you end up over curling and nose, you've given them the center back. So it makes the roll to a corner, that's fine. But could still be used to force later, possibly.
I do too.
You've just been given a gift by your opponent that you can peel the end out right now, no matter what. And if they said before the end, you can have a blank, you said, perfect, we'll take it. You don't have to do anything the rest of this end but peel in order to get that blank. Leaving it in the corner, could you use it to maybe score more than one? Yeah. But your opponent can also use it to force you late in the end, too.
Yep. Yep. There you go. I like it.
Say that 5 more times, or 4 more times this end after this. Going backwards a little bit. Oh, there you go. Well, that'll work. And that'll take the thinking out of play now, too. If you're just trading hits, if you're working, I think I still might throw up a guard. I'd call that a 6 out of 5 in the books.
10.
Both guards out roll into the top of the forefoot.
On its own, on its own.
Yep, there you go. This goes.
Okay.
Normal.
Yeah.
This side's a hair straighter.
Sure.
Now Sarah Olson.
He's playing the hit and stick.
Close. Yep.
Rinse, repeat.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, right off. Nice shot.
Nice throw by Sarah. 19:21 left on the clock for Workin. 16:47 for Scheel. Scheel close to pace. Workin with plenty of time.
Heavy queen. Queen.
Nice throw. 10-2.
Still normal.
This was Texas Hold'em. We're looking a lot of check. Check. Check.
And check down. Turn him over.
Gotta move a lot. Gotta move a lot. Curl.
Just
Curl.
went a little on the wide side.
Hard curl.
Like
Hard
to
curl.
stick around, so your opponent doesn't even have the option to throw the guard.
Sorry. 9-3.
Does roll off. We'll see if Rachel decides to try one more guard, or, well, sorry, there's 2 rocks left. She throws one, she throws one more guard. She might get to go under on her last, but I would expect Miranda to peel. Rachel could dare her to go under it by throwing a center guard. And that would be your only way to steal.
Just half 4.
Again, up by 2 with the hammer. If you know, why not shorten the game? No.
Yeah, if she threw a guard, I mean, I'm peeling all day if I'm Scheel, but you never know. Maybe she thinks, oh, we could get a cheap 2 at the end here and come around, and that might be your only way to actually get a steal for Workin. She is electing just to draw in, though.
Yep. Hard push. Hard push. Hard push.
We'll come right down to the top of the forefoot for Rachel Workin.
Nice sweep.
Nose is okay here.
Now the little things here, too.
I might jump on this.
I'd like to roll this to the side that you prefer to peel to. So maybe she doesn't have a preference, maybe she does. Most players, whether they want to admit it or not, do have a preferred shot for the peel side.
Try and stick around here.
So she's trying to roll
What was yours?
to the wide side. I would probably prefer to play the out turn on the outside for the peel. So I would roll the way that she's rolling. It's not that I'm unhappy if I have to play the other one, but just if there's one where you feel maybe just 1% more comfortable, those things still make a difference. You don't have to ever say it out loud, but your teammates probably already know.
Whoa, whoa. 9-8. Good.
Good one. 9-8.
Uh, 9-5. Might check on this path, but I think with my release we're good. Yeah.
So final rock here on the 6 for Rachel Workin.
Yep. Whoa.
going to stick around somewhere in the house and at least make Scheel have to hit and roll out. She'll be playing the out-turn peel, just trying to hit the outside of the rock and roll off.
Here, if we nose, that's okay too. Yeah. Really be careful on the sweeps. You can push it out a lot. Start sail cleaning it.
Last rock for Miranda Scheel, playing to blank the end here in the 6th. Take the hammer into the 7th, leading by 2.
Whoa. Close. Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Looking to hold the line and roll off.
Oh, will that get out?
Yeah, it does not get off the rings.
It's a single.
So they don't get the blank and take a single.
So instead of 7-5 with the hammer, it is 8-5. And Rachel Workin with the hammer to see if she can construct something coming up in the 7th end. We'll see if they can do it.
Twin Cities Orthopedics is ready to go with more doctors, specialty services, and convenient urgent care locations. Ready, set, TCO.
Welcome back to the Rink at American Dream, site of the 2024 Men's and Women's National Curling Championships. This is draw 4 on the women's side. Miranda Scheel just didn't execute a peel on her last rock that could have blanked the end, so up 8-5, but relinquishing the hammer to Rachel Workin. As Rachel Workin trying to claw back into this match after going down 5-0 after the first end, and they need their first win of the tournament here today.
Touch tight. 2. Yep, keep her working.
So 7th end here for Rachel Workin. Now, we've talked about in tie games with hammer or down a point with hammer, you're thinking 0 or 2. Down 3 with hammer, it's all about trying to score more than 1. You don't have enough game left to try to blank and score later and play odd end, even end. You're going all out for 2 or more for this end if you're working.
Elizabeth Cousins got 4 in the 6th to go up 7-5 on Christine McMakin, so some big numbers can be there. We've seen a 5 and a 3 in this game.
Whoa, watch it. It's not moving. It's not moving. It looks heavy.
Second stone from Tessa Thurlow.
We're just top 4.
13-9.
Good.
Settles in to the button, maybe a hair deeper than they like, but never a bad thing to have 2 in the 4-foot. Playing defense to start the end.
Or 1 with a roll.
I don't think you want to hit either of these, Rachel.
I like the roll to high.
Let's play this.
So that's been the instinct immediately from Workin, is with hammer trying to remove the opponent's stones at the beginning of the end. Now, if you just tap those rocks around to a pocket and sit right in front of them, they can't remove your rock, and that corner's still there to use later in the end.
And you can use theirs as a backstop.
Well, that's the idea, is just tapping those so that you use their rocks. It's really difficult to score more than 2 points in an end when you don't have more than 2 rocks in play.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And that's a tailor-made situation.
There you go.
To tap and sit for a pocket. I mean, it's a pretty simple shot to move that rock a couple inches and sit in front of them. So now, if you're Scheel, if you play this end out and make halfway decent shots, you're never giving up more than 2 already. And we're on Second's first stone.
Yep. Yep. Close. Whoa. Whoa. Curl. Curl. That's fine.
And that one rolls away, which they really didn't want. But even at that, Workin's going to go around this corner guard, and Scheel will either peel or play the run. And again, they're playing for 2. They're not playing for any more than that. If you're down by 3 points with 4 ends to play, you don't want to set up an end where your maximum output is 2. And it's not to say that 3 is impossible, but you need misses of a significant nature in order to have a chance at more than 2 points in this end.
Push. Push. Push only. Push only.
And would you say that Miranda Scheel's really had significant misses today? Some misses.
On
but
throws, not really, no.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it's not something you play for from your opponent either. Never say, well, if we get a miss, then we're all right.
Feels okay.
You have to play for your opponent and assume they're going to make.
Okay. We're trying to stick.
Over on sheet B, Elizabeth Cousins with a 4 in the 6th to flip that game on its head. Leads 7-5 over Christine McMakin. So Team Cousins, after giving up a 3 and a steal of 1, gets all 4 back in one fell swoop.
Yep. Close. Whoa. Close. Whoa. Whoa.
There you go.
That's fine.
Yeah, they were playing to try to stick around, which getting a little cute, but rolls all the way out, and that's not a bad thing. So Workin playing a freeze on that rock in the back of the 12s now.
Well, Jordan Hines said she added a ton to it. That was evident. Kim Rhymes pulled one back against Sarah Anderson, but Anderson up 5-4.
Yep. Hard.
And Anya Normando.
Yep, you got it. Drag it in, yep. Yep,
Anya
you're
trying to
almost here.
get
Yep,
this
gotta
dead
go.
frozen on this red stone in the back
Hard for the
12s.
hard. Yep, hard.
Needs to carry to get there.
Hard.
Sweeper's pushing as hard as he can. Like to at least get it on the paint.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Let's end up with a corner. The good thing with that stone is that if they use it to come around, they have a backer now. They have a rock that can use for either a jam or a freeze.
Close. Close.
Sarah Olson playing the hit on this rock in the back of the 12s, trying to stick around.
Nice shot.
Right on the nose. So the good thing with sticking there is it cuts down the draw space for Workin to get shot. If they come around the corner and it's completely buried, it's probably not shot rock.
Control.
Yeah.
You guys like this?
Workin's going to hit the open one.
Yeah.
Don't
we
know.
Can't hide and be shot.
She's trying to make it so that they can draw under that and be shot rock. But you can do this backwards. You don't have to hit it now. You can go under the corner first, and then you can hit that later. So I think I'd be coming right around that corner guard now, and then you can deal with that stone in the back of the 12s on the other side later. You're letting Scheel trade hits with you in the open.
Close.
Again, keeping 3 out of play.
Yep.
And
Little hop. Okay.
and put hole.
Close again.
Hits that out, and
Maybe not last.
Whoa. Lots of room here.
Looked like a little more weight on this one from
Hard to stick.
Olsen.
Hard. We're not sticking here. Hard.
The rollout is definitely an error there, and that's going to allow Workin to go under the corner. Just overthrew that a little bit, and a little positive momentum on the release. So here's Workin's chance to try to set up at least a 2.
And Podol.
6. Running. 7.
Out-turn draw here for Podol.
Back 8.
A lot of room right now. It's going to need to turn over a little.
13-3.
Plenty of line, plenty of weight. I think it's going to stay in the house. You see Hein and Scheel not sweeping that stone because they know that it's not going out of the house, so they want it to stay as open as they can. Good heads up by Rachel Workin, trying to at least bury a little piece of it at the end.
Should we at least kill it? Yep. I like rolling open.
So for Miranda, she'd like to stick around so that they can't draw onto the corner and get shot, but like to roll away a little bit too,
Even if we roll out, it's okay.
so that Workin can't hit and roll under and use that red as a stopper too. So rolling close to center line, still in the 8-foot, would be ideal here for Miranda Scheel.
9. Whoa. 9.
And
Curl. Hard.
Miranda Scheel calling for the curl.
Hard. You got it. Hard.
Just barely gets a piece. Maybe a little firm for that shot. Sticking around is the biggest thing. Now allows Workin again to draw underneath the corner.
So like 13-7, 13-8.
So Rachel Workin. Her first stone of the 7th end is, let me see if they can manufacture a curved number.
Lot of room. Lot of room.
Trying for the skips
Running.
deuce.
Curl only.
The 3 they scored in the 3rd was a skips deuce +1
Right on
as they
right.
scored with their last 3.
Yep. Hard push. Hard push. Hard push. Yep, push, push, push.
Trying to bury just a piece even.
Push. All the way. Nice sweep.
Almost gets there. Just about edge to edge, maybe a little bit of air between the rock and the guard.
Like, even if we hit it here, that's not bad. I just don't want to hit the outside. 9-5. Like here?
And this is a kill shot first.
9 again.
You're forcing regardless as long as you stick around. So rolling under the corner really isn't necessary.
Oh, yeah. Still a little less.
Right on the nose is good. Just need to avoid the backing.
This is the same bird.
Okay.
But we're throwing 9-5.
Heard 9-5 from Miranda. It's about normal pass.
And Miranda Scheel
Close. Yep. Yep.
Yep. Hard.
with a 3-point advantage.
Hard team.
Their final stone of the 7th end.
It's curling a little bit. I think it's all right though.
Right there. Right there.
A nice shot from Miranda. Good throw.
Like a controller hit? Yeah, I did. Trying to think. We haven't thrown a ton this way.
So that's mission accomplished for
Yeah?
Team
Yeah?
Scheel.
Okay.
Get a force at the worst now.
Do you guys like that ice with a solid release? Control.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling like once it's like a third of the way past the hog line, it's gonna nosedive. So just be aware. Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa! Close!
Close!
Straight!
Whoa! Straight! Straight!
On its own. On its own. Your side.
And a nice shot there from Rachel, right on the nose. Does get the point. Important to cut it to 2 at the least there in the 7th.
Point for Rachel Workin, but still trailing now 8-6 after 7 ends. Final 3 ends of this still to come. Steve's Curling Supplies, America's #1 curling equipment supplier for over 50 years, is proud to support USA Curling. No matter your skill level or budget, we have all of the top products from the most popular brands in the sport. Right now, you can save $10 on any purchase of $100 or more when you use the code USA Curling 10 at checkout. Visit stevescurling.com for all your curling needs. Back at American Dream, and Miranda Scheel. A 2-point advantage heading into the 8th. Maybe more importantly, Tyler George with the hammer.
Yeah, they have no problem with forcing the 1 there, obviously. Hammer in 6, up by 2. This is a situation now where taking a point in 8, not a bad thing. If you get forced, you have a 3-point lead going to the 9th. Blank is just fine too, but hanging a point, that's going to be your #1 objective. Avoiding the steal, keeping things as open as you can. And these ends, Joe, that is the #1 objective, is defending against your opponent, keeping them from the steal. If it ends up that you can get a 2 at the end of the game, or at the end of the end, that's great, but let it present itself. You don't have to play for the 2 or 3. Just take the opportunity if it's given, but you're in defense mode first.
7. Whoa. 7. Can't be back here. Can't be back.
You don't want this any deeper than top 8. Bite top 4. Easy there. All right, not bad. A little deep maybe.
High's fine. Yeah, let's go here.
Second stone from Christina Lammers.
Easy. 2. All you, 2, 3.
A 3 would be good here.
Finish only. Yep, go for it. Good judge, guys. Nice job.
That's a good spot.
I like this turn.
That same weight's great.
Good throw there from Lammers. Nice sweep.
Here too, so.
Line's okay. Line's really good. 7. Got room. Curl side.
I'm just gonna switch.
Tons of room here. Really got to curl.
7, 8.
Really got to curl.
Just Thurlow's second of the end.
Around.
Yes.
Okay. Line's still good.
This is really carrying. Need this to stop to have any paint.
Okay.
Ends up biting in the back.
Oh, grab more. You threw it
Now
nice.
it's
I thought I was gonna grab
attack
more.
time for Rachel Workin.
Yeah, no.
Play a draw down to this stone. If they tap a little, it's
Yeah.
fine. Freeze is fine too.
It's probably back 8 out of your hand. That's a good pair though. Yeah. I like that. That's good.
Over on sheet A, Delaney Strauss draws the button against 3. to tie that game up 5-5.
Probably my pro side. Oh, for sure. That's not a bad shot at all.
Back and forth battle between the two top seeds in this Nationals, two of the top 15 teams in the world.
City boy. Dude.
Sweepers trying to get this to the house. Does end up a little short, but another center guard, not a bad thing.
Hey, let's get these two then.
Yeah, I like this. If you can clear these two centers up, that other guard is so high, it really doesn't impact the end right now.
Close, yep.
So Jordan Hine.
Hard!
It's real close.
Nice shot.
Nice double.
Yep, hard out. Hard out.
Not quite spin out. Actually overswept just a hair to have that stick around, but might still be sitting two. Important thing, the guards are gone.
Stuart, high's fine.
Great shot by Jordan Hine. And good thinking there from Miranda Scheel, looking at this setup and saying which rocks are going to hurt us. What do we need to get rid of? Clears both. Center's now open.
Added. Yep.
So for team Workin, looking to throw a center guard here, replace one they just had.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Hard. Get in here.
Now
Yep,
trying to
hard.
get it
Hard
all the way
push.
in
Yep,
for a
hard.
freeze on that stone. Stops top 12, but there's another guard of some sort.
I like this turn. It'll stay straight.
Just playing the peel here for Miranda Scheel.
Close, yep. 7. Yep.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard, buddy. Hard. Hold it there.
Hard.
Hold it there. Hold it there.
Any roll, any roll.
Oh, ends up leaving the guard. Opens it a little. Almost catches the rock in the top 12s as well, but just clears the one. Guard still in play. There, Rachel Workin calling for a 2, so just a mid guard for Ann Podol's first.
Well then. 2. 2.5. 2. It's coming nicely. Yep, center. Yep.
Ends up right on the center line, mid guard.
Nice, Ryan.
I like this turn.
Me too.
Close. Clean.
Outturn peel for Sarah
Close.
Olson,
Yep.
keeping the center
Oh,
open.
you're good. Roll. Good sweeps.
Ends up with a little bonus double on the rock in the back of the
That's
12s too. We'll give him credit for playing it.
One more.
Yeah.
One more.
I'd rather than just another rock.
So where's the attack coming?
Well, we got 3 rocks left in the end. I think one more guard is probably the best shot. You want to attack with your last 2. I think they may have signaled to come in right now.
3.
No, just 3.
Tight.
I like one more guard. You don't need to come in yet.
5.
Looks like it's carrying though, 4-5. So
Back 4 foot. Easy.
7.
now all the way up to 7.
let's
So
bring
we've
him
moved from
around it.
3 to
Push,
7.
push. Yep. Push. Yep, other side of center. Yep, you got it. Go. Hard push.
gonna
one
sit
on me.
open.
Yep. Okay. That's not. Oh, sorry. Tight.
Yeah.
So you're hitting this stone if you're
I don't love
Miranda Scheel. Just a matter of where you want to go.
Small roll. Okay. I think we try and roll it a little bit. 9-5.
Playing to roll in possibly. It's a little dangerous rolling to the inside. You could leave a rock to freeze to. I think I'd be tempted to roll the opposite way a little bit.
Close. Yep. Hard. Close. Whoa. Girl. Really good shot.
Ends up on the nose. Don't know if there's room to make double, but you can definitely roll in a little bit if you're Rachel Workin, and could be shot rock. So not sure if that was left in a good spot.
I was just thinking, like, do we ever just let them throw something at it? Are we sitting behind if we hit this, or are we even? If we hit and roll. Because it matters if we're here or if we're here.
Even if we just hit and flop, there's a risk of a jam, and then they're going to sit in the open.
Sure. Okay. I'm good with that. Do you like control?
I do.
They've been pretty active.
Yeah.
Let's try that. Maybe a touch more. Yeah.
So just an in-turn hit and roll for Workin, trying to roll just about a half-foot corner on that red stone, and hoping they'll be shot rock when they do. The way the angles are set up, I think they might be shot if they get that short roll.
It took a little bit more ice just seeing how theirs ran, but I don't know if she's kind of softened them or not.
First skip stone here for Rachel Workin. Down by 2.
Yep.
This is the 8th end.
Whoa. Close. Whoa.
Close.
Rock turning over really close on the roll.
Yep.
Ends up just on the nose. Doesn't quite get there.
Just nose. I like the nose here.
Yeah, I think you want to roll away here if you're
Because it's going to be a little tight.
Miranda. You leave the short double, maybe for a cheap force. It would be a wide open shot for Scheel if they make
I like the nose better.
the nose and Workin makes the double back.
But I like the nose better anyway. You want to play a 10? Try and roll here? Rolling here is great.
Yeah, rolling in a little bit isn't bad either.
Okay. Do you like 10 or 9-5?
All depends on the angle you leave if you roll in, because there may be a short run for Workin. If they're cornered on each other, that short run could be for a double and then be buried. So I think nose is probably safer.
I like the nose here, even a little roll in is great.
I love that.
If we roll out, it's not worst case.
And nose or roll away, either way.
Close. Whoa. Got a curl. Just
Do
punch
need
it
a lot
out.
of curl. I don't know if they're going to get it, but they could roll out.
He barely misses their own stone there, too.
And that's going to go all the way out.
So I think maybe a short run here for Workin. Might sit 2.
Yeah.
It's close with that back stone.
Right? It's either that or we try to outdraw it.
If we do the run, we could sit 2.
Yeah, I kind of like that position. Are we okay with potentially giving up 2? Okay. Do you like that same weight or a little less?
I had
Like a
9-6.
10? Okay. So if it's a true 10-5? Okay.
Just nose, yeah?
Yeah. Is that too much?
As they discuss this, Tyler, it seems
Yeah. Coming across, it's
We're back to one of those where maybe the ice is
Just see what they
a little
think.
tricky, and we had the throw before where they were hoping for a 3-4 sets. You know, by the end of it, they're in the
last one was
house
up, like
at the
9-5,
4
right?
instead of a
like this
guard.
ice for
Is
10-5.
some adjustments here on the ice that they need to make?
Well, I think she tends to lean hit over draw regardless, but I like the run actually here because you can sit 2, and it's getting kind of tight to that guard too. I think your best chance of stealing is to make that short run. There's just a very small area to draw to that gives you a chance to steal. I think this is a more makeable shot. If you can make your opponent draw, it's not such a bad thing right now.
Yes!
I think this is the right shot.
Straight!
Oh, really nicely done. Little unfortunate there. It sticks on the back, so they're only sitting 1. Otherwise, it would have been sitting 2. Really nice shot, though, by Team Workin. An eyelash away from sitting 2.
We must be 2.
But main goal accomplished.
Way out. I think this is still on the backpack. I like 13.
Oh, we have hammer. I did not know that. Okay. Sorry, I'm in my own little world apparently.
It's got to be biting 4 here. And then 13-8.
Okay.
Might be slowing down a hair, but not much. We're second right now. Just biting 4.
So last rock of the 8th for Miranda Scheel.
Gave a lot. Might still need to go. 6. All
An
you guys.
intern.
6. Got room. Got room. 6. Top 4. Top 4.
Just needs a piece of the 4-foot. Sweeper's leaning on it now, just cleaning.
Good, Miranda.
That's well done by Miranda Scheel and Sarah Olson. Tessa Thurlow, excuse me. Right to the 4s. Very important point there to take the 3-point lead after 8 ends.
Simple draw, 9-6 advantage, and the 9th end coming up. Yep. Warm Room Hero is the intuitive curling club software that takes the stress out of schedules, registrations, and more. Warm Room Hero, a platform built for curlers by curlers. Check out Warm Room Hero at curling.club today. That's Warm Room Hero at curling.club. Back at American Dream, and this 4th draw, everything pretty tight here. The biggest gap is the match we have, Miranda Scheel leading Rachel Workin 9-6 as they have begun the 9th end. Simple draw to the 4 by Tessa Thurlow.
2.
And it's all or nothing right now for Rachel Workin. Have to get at least 2. You never want to enter the last end having to steal more than 1 point. Prefer not to be down, period, but stealing 2 extremely difficult. 1 much more manageable.
So when you say all or nothing, is nothing an option here to take the hammer in, or do you not want?
If it comes to a decision where You either have to steal 2 or get 3. I would take the blank.
Okay.
Odds are you're not going to get that chance because you need to have enough rocks in play to try to score 2 or 3 right now.
Right.
But you'd probably rather have to score 3 than steal 2. And if you steal 2, you still have to steal 1 in the extra end.
Sorry, Ted.
Whereas if you're down 3, and you still have to score 3 and steal in the extra end again. But with 5 rock rule, the setup to score a 3-point end is a lot easier than the setup to steal 2.
Tight all around. Sarah Anderson leading Kim Rime 8-6. Delaney Strauss up on Tabitha Peterson 6-5. Christine McMakin 2 in the 8th to go up 8-7 on Elizabeth Cousins. Here's the 4th rock of this end.
This over curling again, playing the hit when just moving the rocks around is your best case scenario. So, and the miss besides.
Yeah, probably just top 4.
Scheel can't peel yet. I don't know that you want anything even in the top of the house that they could use to go around. I think top 4 even if you're going to throw another one in. Just don't leave anything for them to use as a guard.
Gotta be in here. Looks okay. Looks okay. Whoa! Watch it. Tuppy really gliding here. I think we're like T.
Well, if it sits top 4, you're just fine. Rock's still gliding. I'm starting to hit the brakes.
Good. Sorry.
That's better than being top 12. So not a bad spot.
And again, for Miranda Scheel, maybe a force here is the best result. In
Force
this
is just fine.
Yep.
Steal 1, give 1. Either way is good.
I mean, nose wouldn't be the worst.
I don't mind it. Would you guys rather roll, though?
Yeah, let's play hit and roll here.
And every
I don't
option
care
they're
if it's
discussing
close.
involves hitting and
Control.
removing stones again. These stones are your friends around that area. Again, creating that pocket
You'd rather guard?
helps a lot. Oh, you can move them around and create a pocket, but just
Okay.
you don't need to hit. And it goes back to the conversation from earlier too. If there aren't rocks in play, it's difficult to score multiple
Close.
points.
No. Close. Push. Push.
Does move the other red behind the corner, which helps a little bit.
I like this. Either that or we're peeling.
No, I just like getting the one in
What
the
turn
house.
do you like?
Then you have to make a double.
Yeah, hit that open one. That's
I
the
think
simple
that's
shot.
easier, don't you?
Even a nose hit is fine.
Let's play it a 9. Shouldn't move much.
Yeah.
Close. Yep. Time. Yep. Hard.
Out turn hit for
Hard.
Jordan Hine.
Hard.
Trying to
Hard
hold,
for nose.
stay on nose.
Hard. Ready. Right to it. That's fine.
Nothing wrong with that. Good
Nice.
shot.
So here, you're looking at a little tap here again? Or you want
Yeah, move that rock to the back of the forefoot, create a wall.
9.
Tap, and you have 3 rocks behind your own that all could be jam. Looking to make the double, though.
Close. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Out turn hit for Anya
Hard for the
Normando.
roll. Hard, hurry. Yep,
Trying
yep,
to
yep,
roll
yep, yep,
behind the corner.
Okay.
Ends up nose again.
I know, just a little tight.
Just nose. Oh, small.
Scheel, easy decision. Nose again.
Here. I like just nose.
Yeah, me too.
9-5.
Yep.
Pretty straightforward here for Sarah Olson.
Nose, yep. Yep. Yep, hard.
Trying to hold for nose.
Clean, just clean.
Avoid backing, looks good.
Nice shot.
Nice throw by Sarah.
9.
Right through the uprights.
Let's go same thing here. 9.
Workin now trying to make the double and roll under the corner. Probably won't be shot rock.
Close. Yep. Yep.
And Podol.
Yep, gotta go. Yep, 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 yep. Okay.
They're just keep trading little nose hits to send it right through those other two.
Peel the top one or peel the guard? Which one is
Like nose is fine. I'd rather nose is fine.
That might not be a bad time to peel the guard now, sitting 2.
You like the peel now? Are we 1-2? Yes. Sharp.
Yeah.
I actually like this call. I think your opponent's going to have to chase the other 2 stones, and they have nowhere to hide anymore. So I agree with this. I like the call.
And that goes back to you wanting to keep kind of that wall of red behind them and just stack up stones in the house.
And there really isn't much option for Workin in the house right now.
Right.
So if they want to play that double or hit and roll, fine. Then you get a couple cracks at the double, the force. So the guard is the one that's going to hurt you the most right now.
Sorry.
Ends up nosing, though. Right idea. Just didn't execute.
7-9.
Yeah.
Final stone here for Ann
Control.
Podol. They're going to try it again, Tyler, of just little hit and roll behind that guard. And the stone that's at the in the 12.
Yeah, you don't want to harp on it too much, but I mean, down by 3 playing the 9th, and I think they've played 5 hits this end.
Close.
That's awfully tough to set up a
Whoa.
3 doing that.
Yep. Yep.
Whoa.
Hard line. Hard.
Whoa. Whoa.
Hard.
Does make a nice roll.
Saran.
So it'll be a double opportunity, I think, for Scheel. We're looking at a freeze. I don't think you're doing that. Remember your scoreboard here, ladies.
I like
Ooh.
just T-weight. Let him bring it. Okay. I don't think
I like the double and then if
Yeah,
you
this
take the top,
is
that's fine.
forgetting what the score is.
With the outs.
I mean, even if you played the top one and just rolled off, their absolute worst case scenario is 2.
we're second and it's fully buried. Like I like the draw here. It's a fully buried second. I don't think we're gonna touch that. Even if we're just second count here, that's fine. I like the freeze to it though.
Yeah, this is.
This should give
This
you
one's going to get a note from Coach Mike, I believe, too.
probably start 12 side.
Up by 3, they have 2 in the house, and they're both wide open.
Not giving
That's a kill shot all day.
Didn't give too much. 4, 5. Girl side, 5. Line's good. It's really good. 5.
Trying to make this freeze. One of those, if you're going to call it, you better make it.
Girl. Beauty.
Good, Miranda.
Well, it's made.
I shot.
It's good from a coaching standpoint, I know, for Coach Moore, that the shots made, hey, compliment the made shot. Hey, really well done. But let's talk about that.
Right. But by doing that, what are the options left now for Rachel Workin?
She's looking to see if she can come through the hole, come off the red into the other red, which actually, if you can make that, if the yellow one sticks around in the back too, it's not a bad shot.
There's going to be no point to it. We do have to kind of move these off. Yeah.
You could try to come around and unlock that yellow one with a little tap too. You could nose tap your own yellow to move that yellow back.
Off of it would open up the center for a draw. Right. What's the red?
She's looking at maybe slashing that one back and trying to
keeps it closed.
kill the red in the side of the eights and move the other red off of that stone. You do need to unlock those two to have any chance of making either of those yellow count.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a straight run, there's into this and then back into it, but we're not going to be shot after that. Right. I think it's
And Sarah Anderson, 2 in the 9th.
Yeah, we're losing this no matter what.
And it is 10-6, a final against Kim Ryan.
Yeah. I mean, that's not the worst. Throw the draw twice.
6 minutes remaining on the clock for Workin.
I was about to say, with as much discussion as they're having here, because if they don't figure something out here, I mean, you know, one side you say save the timeout because you might need it in the 10th or potentially an extra in, but
14-1.
or is there really not much to discuss here?
Yeah, I mean, they're not low on time. 5.5's plenty. It might be a spot where you think you want to talk with the coach about what's our best way of trying to score 2 or 3. They seem comfortable with what they've decided on. I think if you're going to play this draw, you need to bump a little bit. You need to move that yellow stone back. Otherwise, you're just trying to score 2 points with your skips 2 stones.
13-8.
But if you draw down and you bump off the freeze, then maybe that throw through the pocket or through the hole and hit those 2 in the pocket is there where you can clear both. Just in turn, freeze and maybe a bump for Workin. Line's very close. Starting to curl hard now.
Hard straight. Hard straight. Whoa. Whoa. Good.
That's a very nice shot.
Is that enough separation with the back yellow?
Yeah, that moved it enough now that if there is a hole, and it looks like there is from the camera angle, you have to be really thin to push that red between the other 2 yellows, but it may be there. That's a really good shot there from Rachel Workin.
Yeah, I'm going to give a little more room.
We were kind of on it, like head down the hole.
I was at least.
Yeah. If she throws the same.
Christina McMakin with 2 steals at 2 in a row against Elizabeth Cousins. Now leading 10-7 in the 10th. Another game that turned around in a hurry.
Yep.
You still like that, like 14?
I think that was pretty nice. I like the same one as
So last rock here in the 9th for Miranda Scheel, trying to protect a 3-point advantage.
She's trying to follow that draw by Rachel Workin. Come right to the nose of that stone.
Straight side. Hey, line's good. Line's good. 5, 6.
Needs to curl a little bit now. Really needs to curl. Ooh. Boy, you can hit that right on the nose and both those reds go out. It's a matter if it misses the back one or not. Maybe for 3.
God, it'd be nice if we could get to here.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was just thinking.
We could play the run into that.
Yeah, I don't
We
think it's
could.
for 4, but
Crap ton of weight.
that's very close to just nose, maybe a hair on the inside for 3.
Yeah.
Can we call timeout?
Yeah.
Timeout's called,
Okay.
so they're going to look at the angles, and
'Cause, like,
I
if
would
we
imagine
hit this
the
double,
call will be to try to just hit that maybe a hair low.
or what?
They're looking at trying to line up for 4.
Well, and could you run the yellow stone where the
We're trying to catch this into here.
Rachel Workin has her,
This goes off top,
and that's what
that
she
goes
seems
off,
to talk.
that
Can
goes
you run that into the red?
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know that you lose all 3 then. When you're really playing for 3 at this point, I think it's just almost a nose hit on that top red and may miss the back yellow.
My whole ball's in.
Yep.
Could likely nose hit for 2. Or just in.
Yeah.
Hopefully ours doesn't roll off.
They don't seem to think that
But then there's also
that nose hits for 3. I'm sure
can
it looks
double the
like it
reds.
is.
Right.
I think we'd have to use the 5 for 4.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
And really, on that
if we
nose
can
hit, the
catch it
biggest
here,
danger is
It'll
the
go
second
up.
red hits that back yellow.
It should
And
be
we're not
good.
sure, but I
Right.
think because of the way that
Yeah.
the top red drags that yellow stone because they're so close together, I think that red stone shoots sideways almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
This?
I think it just a hair off nose.
My call is if you hit that, nose or a hair inside, I think it's for 3.
Right.
This isn't going anywhere? Is this safe to hit nose?
There you go.
Okay.
Heard nose. They're starting to buy into your way of thinking, Tyler.
The thing with this shot is you have to
What are you
play
guys
it.
thinking?
Like, if you're not sure, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's very possibly there for 3, and there isn't really another option. So you can look at it all day long and decide whether it's going to or not, but you're playing it. That's the shot you're playing.
All right. You can see other updates going at the bottom of the screen for you. As Tabitha Peterson's gone up by a point as they go into the 10th. But Delaney Strauss will have the hammer. And hammer right here for Rachel Workin. The timeout is over.
And this goes back also to that freeze play by Scheel. Even though it was made, there's still a shot for 3 here at the end possibly. You make that double or even just hit and roll off. 2 was the absolute most you're giving up no matter what.
So Rachel Workin off the hack.
Oh!
It's an intern, and can she nose it and get what she needs for 3 and tie this at 9?
Looks really close. We're going to find out now. There it goes for 3.
Good. 3.
And we've had some good and bad in this one, but what we do have is 9-9 after 9, heading to the 10th at the USA Curling National Championships. Anderson has defeated Kim Rime 10-6. In this match, Miranda Scheel had built a 6-0 advantage after 2 wins, and here we are on the 10th level at 9. Joe Tollison along with 2018 gold medal winner Tyler George. And some interesting shots in this one, Tyler, and probably some interesting discussions between coaches and players when this one's over.
Well, bottom line, great shot there by Rachel Workin, right on the beak to get that 3 after talking over the angles on the timeout. Came down like we thought it would, and that rock kicked clean out. Definitely comes back to that freeze decision by Miranda Scheel. Even if you just peel out one yellow stone, make double great, but if one of the yellows goes out, it's a maximum of 2 no matter what they do. But it does end up 3, and good execution by last 3 shots of that end by Workin. Especially the first that tapped the stone and unlocked it. That's what gave her the opportunity to make that double for 3 on her final shot.
Now, second shot of the end for Christina Lammers. Again, looking to set up another guard. But that being said, if you went to Miranda Scheel before this all started and said, hey, you're going to be tied in the 10th with the hammer, you good with that?
I don't know if that's a discussion she wants to have right now. After a 6-0 lead to start.
Well, we're not going to bring that part up.
Yeah, I don't know. Depends on how they felt going into the game. I think maybe they would have liked to be up a few before the game started even. But that rock coming into the top of the 12-foot there for Workin, so an open hit for Team Scheel. This is really curling hard, though, trying to hold it for a piece. Does make the hit, rolls away. Better than nose, so that's actually just fine. Good result.
And is it as simple holding the hammer here for Miranda Scheel? Just clear stones out,
That's a tie game. I mean, all you got to do is score to win. So it's all defense. Keep it open. Give yourself a simple shot for the win. Anya Normando throwing guard. Trying to get some distance between this one and the other yellow. Need this to be tight.
Yep, just keep bringing it, keep bringing it. Let's get some space. Yep, yep, yep. All the way, yep, hard. There. Good throw.
Likely just a peel on the center one, but they taking a look at maybe the double peel.
Maybe just the top. You like across it though?
If you're playing the peel on the top one, you're playing for both.
Right.
If you're only playing a single peel, you're playing the center one, not the high one.
I don't know which way I like it. I kind of like it this way.
And they're only peeling the high one now. So if you're doing this, I mean, that's the one that's off the center line. Yeah, that's, we heard, are we peeling the right one? The center one is the one that's going to hurt you.
Yeah. I don't love that. Make it nice here.
All right, that's, if you're only playing the one, this is the one that's more dangerous. It's the one on the center line. Straight peel here is fine, and you're not really concerned about if it jams. If you can avoid the jam, fine, but just get rid of the guard.
Whoa. Nice shot. Good.
That's just fine. Good throw there.
But it sounds like you'd still rather go for the double.
Let's go a little tighter.
You know,
Shade it
I'm
air.
more concerned about that center one. The guard is pretty high.
Okay.
I like just peeling the center, but once they were looking at maybe playing the double peel, they talk about just playing the top one, which is the last thing you want to do in this spot. You have to think of it in which is the most dangerous rock. And is that guard that's up there now, is that one going to hurt us? Can they throw a game winner under that stone?
Running. Be nice to push a little bit. Yep, go ahead and push. Yep, keep going. Let's push, 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 push.
On the flip side, if you're
Push,
Rachel
push, push.
Workin, you really want to get a guard behind that one.
Yep, yep, that's good.
This is going to go all the way to the top of the 12-foot. So now you're peeling the guard. I wouldn't say it's that far over.
You think that's close?
You're peeling it anyways, I would think. Now they're looking at the one on the top of the 12-foot. So now the more dangerous rock is the guard. And they are just playing the peel there, so that's a good call.
Yeah.
Peeling to the side of the jam, though, not unless there's a strong preference for the shooter.
7.
You
Close.
usually would play this one the other way.
Yep.
But could you hit it on the nose and run it back in for a double?
You don't want to leave a guard up there. That's the whole point, is you want it open. So double is not your concern at this point.
Okay.
Opening it up is your concern. You want this wide open. The only time you take a look at a double in this situation is if it's something where the shooter's going off to make it.
And Podol.
Surrounding a bit.
And just trying to throw a guard up. You'd like to guard your own stone if you can here. This is going to hang out.
Okay.
Go again. That one. Yeah. I think we're going for the roll. Normal. Yeah.
They're just playing normal. I don't know that keeping your shooter around really helps in this situation, and they're opening up their rock. I'd still probably be tempted to peel the guard.
Close. Close. Whoa. Close. Close. Yep. Yes. Whoa. Whoa. Nice shot.
Oh, and they lose their own, too. Move it off the 4-foot. I don't know if Miranda fell asleep a little bit there.
So now do you draw around your own guard here? And
yeah, you just come right in, top of the 4-foot. And that rock in the top 12s is now a guard.
Yep.
So you took your own rock off the 4s and left them a rock they can use to go around. And also blocks off the draw path, too. So now things have turned again, and Rachel Workin with a chance. Come around and get shot rock and put some pressure on.
And Podell. In turn draw, can she execute it here in this 10th end?
We can be back 4. We just
This
gotta
could
flip
be a
on it.
difference maker
We're
shot.
back 8.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really carrying. This could be a missed opportunity.
Whoa, whoa.
Ends up all the way to the back of the 12-foot.
We're a shot right now.
So easy decision here to peel. So outturn peel for Sarah Olson.
Whoa, close. Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Just clean on this one. Should be good.
7.
Nice throw.
A little tighter.
And we're down to skip stones in the 10th end.
Rachel Workin. Couple options here. Didn't see where the broom was tapped, but can come around the red or throw up another guard.
Around.
I think I'd be tempted to throw the guard still.
I guess guard's not the worst thing in the world either. Or even a corner freeze.
I believe the call is to come around. She said guard's not the worst thing, but I think they're playing to come in.
Close. Clean.
Whoa, whoa,
Whoa, wait only. Running.
whoa.
Oh, curl only.
Line's getting better now.
Yep.
Trying to bring this
Hard push,
right to the top of the
push,
button.
Hard.
Line's getting better.
Hard push. Keep going, go, 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 go.
Right to the tee line. Nice shot.
Sweep.
Miranda Scheel looking at the run back.
And while Miranda Scheel comes down the ice, we'll tell you that over on sheet B, Elizabeth Cousins put up 3 in the 10th to force an extra end with Christine McMakin. It's 10-10.
10 will not be enough to win that game. McMakin will have hammer in the extra end.
In our match, however, 10 will be enough.
Yes. 10 is necessary, but it will be enough. So out-turn run back for Miranda Scheel. Want to hit this right on the nose, even if the Razor Rock would spill open, it'd be fine. This is curling already, though. Want to roll your shooter off if you can, open it up. So it's going to be a guard, but I think you want this to be tight.
They have 1 and 2 right here.
Full 12.
Now, one's all you care about.
Right.
That wins the game. So you're
on this side.
I think you want this in the house. You just don't want it to be short for a double and tight enough that they can make the double and be shot. So just biting the 8-foot right in front of that stone and make Miranda draw the button.
Either of you get a hog on that last one? Okay. And if that was a 90, let's go for a roll. All right, yeah, just full 12 here.
So in turn, heard full 12. That's right where you want to be.
Rachel Workin off the hack. Her final stone of this 10th end. The way things are set up, final stone of this game.
Heard 3-4 from the sweepers. That sounds pretty good. Looks like it's curling just fine. Don't think they need to make it turn too much.
Hard. Hard go. Hard push. Hard.
There you go.
All right, whoa.
Oh,
Oh, whoa, ladies.
didn't do good, Ann.
Actually,
It's wide
over
open.
curled. It is partially open, so at least that gives them the option now to use the backing. They were so worried about getting distance that they weren't really looking at the line as much. So there is a piece of that rock open. I don't think you're ever playing a hit, but it does give you at least a little margin for error with the draw if the line is correct. The tendency on that, though, is to throw for backing with line for the clean draw, and then it goes by. So you be careful not to do that.
So last rock for Miranda Scheel. And a draw to the button means a win.
Can't go then. Can't go then.
That's hanging out.
That hasn't started curling yet. That usually means heavy. Really needs to fudge and stop. Still carrying. That looks like it's going to go right by. So that will be a steal for the win for Rachel Workin. What a comeback from a 6-0 deficit. And take the 10-9 victory over Miranda Scheel. Boy, can't say enough about that. You give up a 5 in the first and even add on a steal in the second, but keep plugging away. Put together some ends, and I know we mentioned a couple of decisions that maybe put them in that position, but still in the end, you got to execute, make shots, and Workin's team was the one that did over the last couple ends.
So Rachel Workin has her first win of these national championships in come-from-behind fashion, down 6-0 and wins this one 10-9. Elsewhere, Sarah Anderson over Kim Rime, 10-6. And we're in extra ends for Christine McMakin and Elizabeth Cousins, as that one is tied at 10. And we have one more to go here for you later this evening. 8 Eastern, 7 Central, draw 4 on the men's side. The match we will have Rich Ruonen against Scott Dunham. Jared Allen is back for Team Ruonen. He did curl this morning. in their draw 3 match. But we will be back. For Tyler George, I'm Joe Tollison. Join us in a couple hours' time, really about 2 hours and 15 minutes, and we will have draw 4 on the men's side of this USA Curling National Championships. But a big come-from-behind win for Rachel Workin over Miranda Scheel to win 10-9.